You should go make a video talking about how much you hate a certain company or how much you hate someone.
I mean, if you insist. Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell button if you want to get notified when I post, or if you want to get notified when my lives start. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today is so fun. It's a different kind of video. I haven't done one like this before, but if you know about the drama of Miss Mary, then you know a little bit about what's going to happen today, but not much. If you want to see videos, I know Isabella has one posted, and I actually will be using clips from Isabella's video with her permission because she is so kind, but we will not be commenting on the entire Facebook Live that Mary did about Chelsea. If you don't know the sitch, am I from Kim Possible? Oh my gosh, did that remind you of Kim Possible? What's the sitch, Wade? Chelsea recently did a video over Vic Beauty, and it made this woman very unhappy, even though this woman was not in the video. She is a top leader or some kind of leader in Vic Beauty. She did a Facebook Live, and it was a mess. If you want to see that live, I recommend you watching Isabella's video, and I'm pretty sure Chelsea might come out with one. By now, she probably already has. If she has, I will make sure to post the video here or link it at the bottom, so make sure to check that for Chelsea's. Isabella's will also be linked at the bottom. But today, I wanted to go more in detail over the psychology of what was going on with Mary because it was so interesting for me to watch. I want to talk about victimhood. Now, I don't want to start an issue because when we talk about victims or victimizing, it is a sensitive subject a lot of times, as it should be. I respect and I am on the victim side. However, there is also a different kind of victimizing, more victimhood, and it is a manipulation tactic. That is what we're going to get into today, is the manipulation tactic of being a victim, or also known as a martyr. And a little bit of faith manipulation. We are going to see that as we go through Mary's, her videos, her posts, pretty much everything. Oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes you will get faith manipulation and victim/martyr in the same situation. So I wanted to go ahead and get started, but before we do that, don't forget to follow my TikTok and my Instagram if you want to see more everyday anti-multi-level marketing content. It is Walkin' on Lexapro. Don't forget those underscores. I want to remind everyone, do not go to Mary's profile and just leave your personal commentary below. Actually, I recommend leaving your personal commentary below. I am going to start with some clips from Isabella's YouTube video because I think they are important.
Like the people that went, of course, they boost my algorithm. High five to you. But fact is, you never even messaged me personally to talk to me and say, hey.
I don't care if this is this is funny. The same individual that says that Chelsea boosted her algorithm got 26 likes on a page when she has 20,000 followers, and she talked about anti-MLMers. 26? What was it before, Mary?
Hey, I don't really stand for what you're doing, or I don't, get it, or I don't understand it. You never even gave me a chance to even defend myself or anybody else that has been hit by these people. You just want to go and bash them. And then you get all of your swarms of people to do the same thing and like your comment 100 times to make it look like, oh, everybody agrees with you. Nobody agrees with you. Nobody agrees with you. No, none of your fake accounts or fake people agree with you.
So let's just get started. She instantly does think that we are all bullies. We know for a fact that that is the low blow that they always like to do. We're bullies, we're bullies, we're bullies. Or we spread hate, we spread hate, we spread hate. When in fact, personally, I am neither of those things. I do not spread hate, I spread facts, and I make sure to hold people accountable, and I'm not a bully, but I do make sure to hold bullies accountable. And we can tell that this has really upset her because she has called us all fake people, fake accounts, and that we're all fake likes on Chelsea's video or comments. We know that's not true. She's trying to diminish the fact that Chelsea has had hundreds and hundreds of likes and thousands of views on that video, as well as all over Chelsea's personal profile on her Instagram. She has a very high response from her followers, while Mary, as Isabella said, does not. Mary does have 20,000 followers and considers herself a public figure. And some people like to say, you know, you're boosting them by putting this out there. Definitely not. This is not a boost for them. In fact, this is much, much worse for them, more than likely, because it's showing their true colors. We're going to go in with logic and we're going to break it down. Because Mary made sure to let everyone know she's a public figure, and she asked us to do a video, like we see in the beginning, I will not be covering anything, as you can tell. But the reason, in my opinion, that she called everyone fake likes, is because she just wants to diminish the fact that many people agree with what we're posting and with what Chelsea posted on that video and with what Chelsea said about Vic Beauty and the post in general about Vic Beauty.
Block these people. I'm not going to do much because they went after me on my Facebook page. But then I started working out and started really thinking about this. And I was like, you know what? Like, we're going to be persecuted throughout life for everything. If I can't handle this, how am I going to handle the real persecution during the end times when somebody has a gun to my head and says, do you believe in Jesus or not? Like, if I can't...
We did not just fucking compare that. We did not. I can't handle Chelsea Suarez. How can I handle the rapture? What are we doing comparing that?
I absolutely agree with Isabella, because what she's doing in this, again, is diminishing any part that she has in it. Anything that she says that could be taken poorly, that she could potentially do wrong, she's trying to diminish it by talking about her faith and by talking about persecution and already making herself look like a victim, when in reality, she is not persecuted in any way, shape, or form. At all. At all. Let's keep going.
I can't be persecuted through Facebook and stand up for myself or for other people and say this is not okay. How am I going to actually react to people when Jesus has me on the line and saying, hey, you know, or if he does ever, you know, like, here's the thing is persecution has happened for years and years. And to me, this is, I believe that we are to stand up and love people. You don't have to believe the same way as I do. You don't have to do the same, but I still believe in love and hurt people. Yes, hurt people, but that's also an excuse. Here's the thing. I'm hurt too. I'm not going to go. That's like saying, and this is where I started thinking about, and that's why I decided to go live about this. I was like, so a person's raped. Does that mean they get to be a rapist? Like,
it is never, ever okay to use rape in this example or in this context. Very out of line. Again, I don't really know what came over her in that moment. I think she's really going to the extreme, trying to make this, in my opinion, show extreme, right? Like, what Chelsea did is the extreme that you could do to someone. I do want to mention one thing. Some of you may know this. I do have a master's in theology and ministry. So when I'm commenting on Christianity or things of that nature, I will say I think I know a little bit about what I'm saying compared to maybe what she's saying. Sure, there are personal relationships with God and Jesus, but to use the rapture in this way is a very disgusting and a horrible thing, and to use the rapture in any instance is weird. Yeah, don't do that. That's odd. Obviously, she doesn't know how to read the Bible and use it in proper context. That's just a little bit of my knowledge throwing in and my opinion. Let's keep going.
because they've been raped. Like, hurt people. Yep, you're right. But that's an excuse, and that's not okay. It's not okay to say, well, I'm hurt, so I get to hurt people. Like, if you're hurt, then go to get some counseling. Go get some therapy. Go talk to somebody that, you know, and I feel like people are almost using that as like, oh, it's okay, they're hurting, so we should love them. I'm sorry, but I will love you, but I'm going to call you out on your BS. Not you, Danita, I'm talking about in general. I'm going to count those people out on their BS, because here's the thing. Hurt people, yes, they hurt people. But the fact is, that's an excuse for them to feel like they're allowed to do something, when in reality, no, that is not okay. You go get help for the hurt. You cope with it. If your coping mechanism is to trash other people, you take away your phone and you break it. Like,
honestly, at this point, what she's doing is purposely trashing someone else and other people. People trash in the anti-MLM community all the time because they try to say that we're bullies and we're horrible and we hate, when in reality, the people who really are doing their best to educate, like myself, Isabella, Chelsea, and many others, aren't bullying. I can confidently say that my people that I know and love aren't bullying, and that's not our goal. Now, not everyone's perfect, and there are people out there that are bullies, I'm sure, and some people are like that, but that's everywhere in the world. Move on to the next one. So,
I don't mind if somebody picks me apart. Hey, Cece Suarez, whatever your name is, you can pick me apart all day long. Go for it, girl. But the moment that you pick apart my team is the moment I'm coming after you. And that's what happened. So today, as I'm getting uploaded, or like I'm getting overloaded with all these anti-MLM people.
So in this video, she's telling us the purpose of this live. She's coming after Chelsea. That's the purpose. And now, again, I'm showing you very small clips of the slide. I recommend going to Isabella's video, watching it. But the purpose of this live is to go after Chelsea. That's what she said. And in this live, she tells lies throughout the entire thing. If you watch Chelsea's video and you watch her video, you will see the lies. And Isabella does a great job at pointing them out, and Isabella just executes this video very well. Again, I haven't seen Chelsea's video if she's doing one. I'm sure she will execute that one as well too, and I recommend watching that.
Person could have and deepening them and making them insecure. And I'm so tired of the bullying and people making others feel insecure. So if you're just hopping in, you're going to have to watch the replay because I did just go off like crazy. I'm going to read through the comments really quick because I didn't. I saw some people commenting, but I was just, I had to spit it out. I was frustrated. I was angry. I'm one of those that like, Jesus, take the wheel. But
Jesus taking the wheel now, Mary.
Again, I am focusing on logic, so if you're like, Julie, why aren't you being funny? It'll come. I think this is just a very crucial video to show the victimhood that they're playing and the martyr that this person's trying to play, and this is a perfect example in my opinion. So one thing that triggered this video was I was watching a video over Trisha Paytas, and it was... I won't get into it, but it says, it was a comment that was on there that I thought was excellent, and it made me think of Mary. It says, the one thing I absolutely hate about Trisha is that when she's called out, she suddenly fears for her safety. She's suddenly this soft, fragile girl, and everyone is a big, scary bully, and people are coming to harm her. And when we see Mary in her live on Facebook, she is very fierce, very strong. That is not a victim. She does not look like one. She is very angry, and she says that multiple times. And then when we see her now, things start to change. It's because many people saw the lies that were on her live and called her out on it. Now that's what we're going to step into as we go into her Instagram. Let's start with this video.
Wow, you hate MLM. Haven't heard that one before. You should go make a video talking about how much you hate a certain company or how much you hate someone. Because hate and spreading it really helps, right? Going and tearing down the way someone looks. Okay. Tearing down their dreams and ambitions and their goals. Spreading hate never works. When you have something that you feel passionate about, picking on one person or a group of people and making them feel less than isn't going to make it so that your thoughts are heard. Maybe they're heard by other people that love hate, but I'm going to tell you what, good quality people will not follow hatred, because hatred is not something that we want in our heart and our lives. So learn to love people.
So we see here that it's very confusing when you're trying to break it down, because she is not using words correctly. And by that, I mean, when she's using hate, she's using it in multiple ways. First off, everyone hates something. You can hate something. Hate is not a terrible word. I hate, I don't know, tornadoes. I think they're freaking awful. I grew up a little bit around tornadoes. They've always been in my nightmares. I hate tornadoes. I also hate serial killers. You can hate things and still love people and love things as well. You do not have to have only one and not the other. She is equating hating MLM, multi-level marketing, with hating people. So it goes from hating the multi-level marketing business structure, which is correct, to hating a company, to hating people. So what she's doing is using this large perspective and making it a focal to people. You hate people because you hate multi-level marketing. That's not true. We don't actually hate people. Personally, I don't hate people. Now, I don't like some of the leaders, but like Isabella said, she said it very well. She dislikes the top leaders because they are well aware, but we don't hate people in MLMs. We hope that people in MLMs see our videos. We want them to watch them. We want to befriend them because we care about them, and we do this for a reason. Again, with this idea of spreading hate, because she says, because hate and spreading it really helps, equating the word hate with education on MLMs. It's an uncomfy feeling for her to see facts on her company, and she equates that with hate. It's this immature ability to know facts and know that it's uncomfortable because they aren't good and people don't like how they look, and you don't like people showing the facts, and so you're going to make it look like hate and you're going to manipulate it so that people won't think it's true. In my opinion, it has to do with being a manipulator as well as being emotionally immature. So, in fact, Chelsea did not tear her apart and tear apart what she looks like. That's incorrect. So what she's doing now is she's saying that because you're sharing this education and this truth, but she's calling it hate, you're now hating on people's goals and their dreams and their abilities to change their life. So because we're sharing education, we are now hating on their goals and their dreams and their opportunities and whatever else crap she said. She says spreading hate never works. At this point, we really can just get hate and replace it with facts, because that's what she doesn't like, are facts. What people were going into her Instagram and comment sections about was that she was lying about Chelsea and lying about what was going on. We just want facts put out there. We want the truth. Do not lie. And she did. And spreading hate, again, is just us telling the truth about their company. She didn't like it. It's uncomfy. She calls it hate. So again, spreading facts never works. That's what she doesn't like. So this is actually a picture. It's actually right before the video. And in this person, Mary, is saying that Isabella is trying to threaten her. So here we are stepping heavy into the victim and martyrhood. And I'm excited because now we're going to talk really deep about that.
If you don't know, and you're like, see my stories, what the heck is going on? So a bunch of, the anti-MLM movement is now attacking me and everyone else that's in MLM, but for some reason today is my day, and it's not just me, it's a lot of other people as well with Vic. So it's been crazy, to say the least, and then it's just been something that I'm having to delete, block, do so much to, not really save my business, but to make it so that it's not a hate-filled place, because that's all they're trying to create is hate, and it's so disgusting and so wrong.
So again, there we are with hate. They're attacking me. This is the point where it's after the Facebook Live that she did, and people are really starting to get into her comments and say, hey, what are you doing? You're lying. And so Isabella, Blanca, Chelsea, a bunch of people are calling her out. Mallory, there's a bunch of great anti-MLM people who are saying, hey, we were there. We saw your live. We saw Chelsea's video. You're not being honest. So what Isabella says here is, hey girl, just wanted to let you know that your cute Facebook video about Chelsea isn't gonna fly, because now her friends are going to take this project on too. Good luck. No makeup can cover the shit show you just created. Gonna cover this ASAP. And so here we see Mary that says, I'm pretty sure this is a threat. These anti-MLMers are definitely hardcore mean girls. Over it. Spoke nothing but truth and do not threaten me. So she's taking something that is actually not a threat as a threat. This is the last video I have, and moving into her pictures, which are even more intense, we'll see faith manipulation. So before we get into the videos, I wanted to read a couple of things about this victimhood topic that I'm going to cover. So first we see here, manipulators play the victim card or be a martyr. Another method that manipulators use is that something is never their fault, and it's always someone else's, even if it clearly is their wrongdoing. If it isn't someone else's fault, manipulators often have an excuse for everything, and it can be compelling. No matter what, there's rarely any sense of accountability. Additionally, if you get upset, emotional manipulators will even try to hold that against you. Another related issue is that these individuals will often play the role of a martyr. Historically, a martyr is someone who suffers or dies for their beliefs or a cause, but in a general sense, it's used a little bit more loosely. Martyrdom can be similar to guilt tripping in many ways. For instance, if a manipulator asks for your help with something and you reply, I can, but just not right this minute, he or she may usually sigh or groan or make a sound or gesture of disapproval, or say, oh, it's fine, I'll take care of it. I'll remember this whenever you need something. I might not be available for you then. If you happen to catch this form of manipulation and try to point out this behavior to them, they will then try to make you seem like a bad person and feel guilty. Even worse, sometimes they might try to make it look like it's all in your head and that you're just crazy. I want to read one more before we start. So this is victimhood. Examples: exaggerated or imaged personal issues, exaggerated or imaged health issues, dependency, codependency, deliberate frailty to elicit sympathy and favor, playing weak, powerless, or martyr. The purpose of manipulative victimhood is often to exploit the recipient's goodwill, guilty conscience, sense of duty and obligation, or protective and nurturing instinct in order to extract unreasonable benefits and concessions. So let's get into these. Okay, here's the first one. It says, thank you anti-MLM groups people for the algorithm boost on all my posts. I sat here pissed at your comments for about 10 seconds. I want to also let you know that we're going in order of the first one to the last one. Then realize you're just following the pyramid scheme you're creating to hate people in MLMs. You don't know better, but you did boost my algorithm, though, so thanks for that. You see the likes. Read through all your comments, looked at your profiles, can tell many of you are so sad and so hurt, which breaks my heart. But also had to block those I could, because hate is not allowed in my space. I hope that each of you learn how to love people instead of spread hate. So again, hate, used incorrectly. This one in particular says, I set myself up for this trap. Ugh, I just don't like people being picked on. I hate it. As I woke up to so much hate on my posts because a person decided to do a mean YouTube video that went viral directed at a person I know and love with Vic. Well, people looked up Vic, found my posts, and started at me. So I made a live defending this industry and my friend. I have also asked the video creator to call me, gave her my number, asked if she would even do a video together debating MLM, to allow someone that's a victim of her video or to MLM, to stand up for themselves at least. She hasn't responded to that. Her lawyer actually, Chelsea's lawyer, said not to. And to not use a cell phone. Like, don't call her on her phone. Yeah, that's what? I would never let you have my cell phone number. But she did create a video letting the world know that she is making a video about me, taking clips of my live today to share with the world. She's actually not taking clips. She's using the entire live. Although I told her I'm not afraid of her. I gotta admit, I kinda am. So now she's saying that she is afraid of her, that she's scared. It just gets worse from here. Someone said, where is the threat? No one threatened you. It's when she's talking about, like, she feels threatened. Do you also not understand what a threat is? Like, honestly, or are you threatened that the MLM that the anti-MLM is about to expose you as a liar. Am I threatening you? Come on, what would Jesus do? Mary says, did this person really just say, what would Jesus do? And then calling all MLM liars? Really? Because if I'm a liar, because I'm an MLM, then I guess that's all of us. That's not why she called you a liar. She really works very hard to miss the complete point. The entire point, way the fuck over there, she likes to go way over here. She works hard to miss it. I have never in my life seen a hate group like this anti-MLM hate group. You've never seen a hate group like the anti-MLM hate group? Of all the hate groups in the world? Also, the anti-MLM community is not a hate group. It's just a group you don't like and that makes you uncomfy and calls you out as a liar. These people are attacking and really all gang up people and go after them like crazy. So, of course, I Am Boss Lee comes in and says, you have nothing to be scared of. Boss Lee's scared in my opinion. So, this is one of her last pictures. It has this no makeup by the window, very solemn. And it says, I have prayed, I've given it to God, I've called lawyers, I have read his word, I have been angry, I've prayed more, I've cried, I've prayed some more, I've laughed, I have blasted worship music. I have so much I want to say, but I wait for the right time. I do want to say that I have an issue with the fact that she gets to do a live to respond, but others don't get to respond. So she gets to attack Chelsea, but others don't get to reply to what she's saying and break down her words. She gets to do this, but we don't get to do this. I find it interesting. And I also find it interesting how she went about it all and doesn't see that as poorly done, but calls everyone else doing it in the anti-MLM community threatening and a bully and hate group. Does this look like a hate group to you? No. For the time, God leads the words out of my mouth instead of moving on my feelings. The time that I can say what I want to say without being mad and disgusted. But yes, I've seen it. Well, kind of saw one posted by her friend, but I refuse to watch it as I will not feed into someone that monetizes on hate. She's talking about Isabella's video. And yes, I know another one is coming. I think she knows about this video. Or Chelsea's, probably. But at least this time it's me it's happening to, and not someone else out there. Biggest thing that breaks me is knowing I won't be the last person they do it to. They will continue on the new person spreading lies and more hate in no time. They will sneak in on Zoom calls just to record a leader and make fun of what he or she is doing. I am making up for the grammar errors. They will comment and hate on many people's looks and profiles if they are doing MLM. When have I commented on someone's looks? When have I said someone's ugly? I've actually done the opposite. I've actually said, okay, wow, she's like rocking that. Or, wow, she's like so pretty. Chelsea does that all the time too. They will get a crowd to make fun of them and tear them apart. But guess what? I know God will overall win this victory, that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Today I am praying for the next person that they come after, that their heart will be okay, that they will know and trust God will get them through this. And I know firsthand, this really can mess with your mental health. We see right here, she's moved straight into victimhood and martyr, that she is really feeding on this possibility that she can look like a victim and that she looks like this could really hurt her. Now, could it have messed with her mental health? Well, yeah, it definitely could have. But we see from early on that she is moving into this victimhood and martyr stance and is not taking responsibility for what she has done and for what she has lied about. Which is facts. We have the facts of her lying, and it's in the live that we have compared to Chelsea's video, and it's just there. And that's the main reason people started calling her out, was because she's a liar. This particularly upset me. She said, keyboard warriors at their finest. Keep praying, keep your mind focused. That doesn't bother me, whatever. She said, amen. I wish they could use all that anger and warriors towards a real cause like human trafficking, helping the homeless population, drug dealers. Gosh, we have so many things wrong with the world to fight against. MLM should be the least of anyone's worries. Really, because I think you should be doing that. Actually, what they're doing is called a fallacy. It's a red herring. So the red herring fallacy focuses on arguing for an irrelevant topic with the intention of distracting the audience. This usually happens when the orator finds another topic easier to outline. What? Yeah, this is ridiculous. People in multi-level marketing use fallacies all the time. But there are a couple other things I want to cover when looking at this victimizing manipulator, because that's exactly what she's doing. The last thing I want to read to you is called You Feel Fear, Obligation, and Guilt. So manipulative behavior involves 3 factors according to Steins: fear, obligation, and guilt. When you are being manipulated by someone, you are being psychologically coerced into doing something you probably don't really want to do, she says. You might feel scared to do it, obligated to do it, or guilty about not doing it. She points to 2 common manipulators, the bully and the victim. In my opinion, what was so crazy about the situation is we saw both of those things. We saw the bully from Mary and the victim. I'm geeking out, to be honest. A bully makes you feel fearful and might use aggression, threats, and intimidation to control you. She says, the victim engenders a feeling of guilt in their target. The victim usually acts hurt, Stein says, but while manipulators often play the victim, the reality is that they are the ones who have caused the problem. Oh my gosh, yes, that's exactly it. She has caused the issue. And that is the point when people play the victim manipulator in this situation, is they are actually the one that caused the problem. She started the live, told the lies, which got people to call her out on lying, which led to her playing the victim, saying, oh my gosh, I feel sorry for the next person, I'm just glad it was me, which we read the last time. She started the problem. She caused the issue and then became the victim. A person who is targeted by manipulators who play the victim often try to help the manipulator in order to stop feeling guilty, Stein says. Targets of this kind of manipulation often feel responsible for helping the victim by doing whatever they can to stop their suffering. That's not here in this situation, but I hope that I was able to point out how Mary went from being the actual bully, lying about Chelsea, and making sure that she gets her group of people to hear lies about her and false information, to becoming the victim. Not only did we hit one, we hit both manipulation tactics. Well, damn. I know I was pretty straight-faced in this video. I was trying to do it from a very logical standpoint, and trying not to act on emotion, because I have a lot of emotions and feelings about this, but I wanted it to be very straightforward, very stern, and very intellectual. I hope I did that, and I did it while wearing my reindeer ears. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this. I do want to hear your commentary below. I am back from my exams. I have one more exam and scan tomorrow, but after that, I'm done for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's the best. Again, this was all my opinion, and from what I saw, yeah. But I would like to hear what you think. Please, again, don't go to Mary. Just stay in the comments below if you want to say something. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the bell to get notified when I post. Go watch my other playlists. They're pretty bingeable. Have a very happy holidays. I hope you have the most amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I will see you next time.